Hi everyone, this is Karen.
Welcome back everybody, this is Shane.
Today we're looking at part 2 of conserving water through
new technology and
lifestyle changes. And the vocabulary words are option.
Option.
The only option left for Todd is to have a dangerous operation.
Yikes. Tank.
Tank.
Ruby's fish tank can hold up to 150 liters of water.
Barrel.
Barrel.
The wine is kept in oak barrels.
Vehicle.
Vehicle.
Randy was arrested after he was found driving a stolen vehicle.
Oh no. Consume.
Consume.
Clara consumed a whole bag of potato chips while watching a movie.
Wow.
Okay, so we're still talking about conserving water. And last time we talked about the new technology. But other than the new technology, what else can we do on a daily basis to help with our water shortage problems?
I think everybody knows that they probably use too much water.
I
mean,
know.
just think about taking a shower.
You're right.
If you don't turn off the water while you are scrubbing yourself or getting the soap on yourself or washing your hair, all of that water is just going down the drain, right?
I guess so. So is that what you do when you're...
I do my best, and especially in the summer when it's quite hot. It's harder to do in the winter when it's cold.
I know, because I was just going to say I would feel super cold if
Yeah.
I turn off the hot water.
But in the summer, that's really when we need to conserve more water anyway.
You're right.
So you can really try, just turn the water on to get yourself wet, scrub, and at the end, rinse yourself off, and get out of there. 3 minutes.
Yeah, so basically take shorter showers.
Yeah, so you can also use like a barrel to collect rain that you can use for gardening. There's so many different ways. You can go online and Google it. I'm sure there's 1,000 suggestions.
You're right.
But we really need to be more careful because it's a resource that's limited.
And, you know, I think these water shortage problems can be avoided.
Yes.
If we do our part.
Let's learn more about conserving water.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Conserving water through new technology and lifestyle changes.
From easy everyday things to larger lifestyle changes, there are plenty of ways each of us can help conserve water. One of the easiest options for saving water is to take shorter showers. It may not seem like a lot, but if you were to collect all the water you use for a 5-minute-long shower, you'd end up with around 50 liters, enough to fill the gas tank of a car. Hi, and welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Kim.
I had to think about that for a second. We are conserving water through new technology and lifestyle changes.
Why?
Because it's the right thing to do.
That's right. Now, from easy everyday things to larger lifestyle changes, there are plenty of ways each of us can help conserve water, and we're going to tell you about a few.
That's right. We're waiting for the technology that will come along and give us more water, but until that day comes, we need to save or conserve the water that we have now. And here's one that I totally agree with. One of the easiest options for saving water is to take shorter showers.
But I like to be in the shower for an hour.
Yeah, but being in the shower for an hour, even though it sounds good, I'm in the shower for an hour, it is a big waste of water. So try to take shorter showers. It's one of the easier options.
Ah, yes, an option. An option is one thing chosen from a set of possibilities. You might have a long list of things that you can do, but the options are the one that you will choose. So for example, the only option left for Todd is to have a dangerous operation. That's bad news for Todd. They've tried everything else, maybe medicine or taking a break or for whatever condition he has.
Right.
The only option or choice left is to have an operation.
Wow, that's a pretty bad option, but I guess they did try all the other options. All right.
They did. And taking shorter showers, now it may not seem like a lot, as we see.
It's not your favorite option.
It's not my favorite
No.
option, but If you were to collect all the water you use for a 5-minute long shower, you'd end up with around 50 liters, enough to fill the gas tank of a car. Wow.
Wow, 50 liters. So one of those big water or Coca-Cola, whatever bottles, 50 of those.
That's a lot. That's more than I thought.
In 5 minutes.
I'm feeling guilty about my hour showers now.
Yikes. Okay, so that obviously is a lot of water, and you could fill up the gas tank of a car. We're just talking about the gas tank of a car to give you basically an idea of how much water you use in just 5 minutes of taking a shower. But if we're talking about liquid like gas or water, we might, yes, keep it in a tank. A tank is a large container for liquid. Basically, a tank is probably made of metal and you use it to hold huge amounts of some kind of liquid. Of course, a gas tank in a car will contain gas. That's a liquid. The gas tanks on an airplane are probably in the wings of the airplane. That's where it carries the liquid. And if you live in a big apartment building like many here in Taiwan, you might have a water tank on the roof of the building. That's where they keep the water, and anyone who lives in that building, if they use water in the kitchen or the bathroom, it comes from that water tank. Another type of tank we might have is a fish tank. Now it will be designed to contain water, but instead of being made of metal or something like that, it's made of glass, so that you fill it with water, put in the little fishies, and then you can see them through the glass walls of this fish tank. For example, Ruby. Ruby's fish tank can hold up to 150 liters of water.
That's a huge fish tank.
I think that's a really big fish tank. It would take 15 minutes for her shower to fill that fish tank.
Ah, you did some quick math there.
Some math there. Look at me. All right, guys, we'll take a break and then we'll be back with other ways you can conserve water.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。第一天的课文介绍了空气造水这项科技，不过它还在发展中，所以呢，我们还是先从日常生活中节约用水是比较实在的。那么课文提到说，要省水最简单的一个选项就是缩短你的淋浴时间。听起来好像不多，但是如果你把淋浴5分钟所用的所有水量把它收集起来、集结起来，你最后会得到大约50公升诶。那这个量呢，足以装满一整台车的油缸哦。我们先来看单字 option， 它表示选择、选项。那么 tank 它可以用来表达像是放液体或是放气体的那个缸啊，或者是箱啊，或者是槽的意思。好，那这边还有2个重点。第一个是 seem 在这边当连缀动词来表达似乎好像，后面可以接 like something 来表达似乎像是什么什么。举例来说 ，It seems like an interesting book。它看起来似乎是一本很有趣的书诶。第二个重点是用 be 动词加上 to 加原形动词，可以表达将要怎么样，计划做什么。好，那当我们用 if主词 were to 加上原形动词，则是表达这种想象的情境，也可以指说跟现在事实相反的情况，或是用在你要委婉建议询问的时候。好，举例来说 ，If you were to travel back in time and do one thing, what would it be？ 假如你要回到过去做一件事，那会是什么事呢？你可以想想看哦。好，接回到课文中。
Conserving water through new technology and lifestyle changes.
Another way to save water is to use a rain barrel. Instead of letting rain run into the sewer, you can collect and use it for activities like gardening and cleaning your balcony, windows, or your vehicle. Finally, a surprising way you can save water is consuming less meat. That's because raising chickens, cows, and pigs for meat requires a large amount of water. In fact, producing only 1 kilogram of pork uses close to 6,000 liters of water. All right, take shorter showers. That is a very simple, easy way, even if you might not like it. but a simple, easy way to understand you can save water. Here's another one. Another way to save water is to use a rain barrel.
Oh.
That's not a bad idea.
That would be useful in a place like Taiwan where it rains pretty frequently during the summer.
That's right. If you live on the first floor, if you have a garden, if you live on the top floor of your building and you can get up to the roof, put a barrel out there to catch the rain and then use that water.
Yeah, now a barrel is a large container made of wood. It's a big round container, and usually we would put something like wine inside of this. The wine is kept in oak barrels. So yeah, it's this kind of round, sort of chubby in the middle container that's usually made of wood with some metal straps around it to keep it together. And this is a barrel. Now you can use one of these to collect water. And a lot of people do this.
Okay.
They collect the water and they let it, they clean the water, and then you can use it for drinking, or you can use it to water your plants, cleaning, all these kinds of things.
That's right. Even if you're not cleaning it, you can still use it to wash your car or water your plants or, things like that. So save the rain, basically. Don't let it just wash away. That's another good thing.
Yes, instead of letting rain run into the sewer, you can collect and use it for activities like gardening and cleaning your balcony, windows, or your vehicle, as you mentioned.
There's another good idea. Clean your windows with that water. It doesn't have to be drinking water. We use water for all sorts of other things. Cleaning a vehicle. Now, when I saw the word vehicle, I thought about washing your car, because a car is a vehicle. It's a machine that gets you around, gets you from one place to another. But of course, there are many other types of vehicles. We can talk about a truck or a bus, a train, an airplane, a boat, a ship. These are all different types of vehicles, machines that we use to get around. Now, your feet, a horse, those would not be vehicles. Vehicles have to be a machine, but in the same way, we use them for transportation to get from one place to another. For example, Randy was arrested after he was found driving a stolen vehicle.
Ooh.
Randy, why did you steal that tank?
No good, Randy.
No, don't steal a tank. That's a war vehicle, a military vehicle. But it still would be a vehicle. But
don't steal tanks.
Don't steal a tank.
No good can come from this.
All right, so you can save water by taking short showers. You can save rainwater and use that for all sorts of things. Those ones are kind of logical.
Yes.
Right? It doesn't take a lot.
Catch the rain.
You don't need to be a scientist or something to figure that out as a way of saving water. But here's one that you might not think of. It says, finally, a surprising way you can save water is consuming less meat.
A lot of people are going vegetarian for the environment these days.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of people doing it for their own health,
sure.
or they don't like to hurt animals. I mean, that makes sense. But by consuming less meat or eating more vegetables and less meat, you can save water.
Now, to consume is to use something in large amounts, and large amount is the key here. You can just eat something, but if you're consuming it, you're eating a lot of this thing. For example, Clara consumed a whole bag of potato chips while watching a movie. So she's not just eating a little bit, she's eating a large amount of potato chips.
Oh my gosh.
So that is to consume something, and the amount matters, has to be a lot. And people as a whole consume a lot of meat. Everyone loves burgers and, G-pie and things like that. So
that's right. We use consume to talk about eating things, but also just about using those resources we mentioned in day one, right? Your car consumes gas,
yes,
so that it moves
lot.
around. Our bodies consume food and oxygen, right, to stay alive. So we're using those things in order to do something. We're consuming them. We're using those up. So how can you save water by consuming, eating, of course, buying and eating less meat? Well, it says that's because raising chickens, cows, and pigs for meat requires a large amount of water. Of course, these animals have to drink water as they're growing, and a cow can drink a lot of water. Even pigs drink a lot of water. It says, in fact, producing only 1 kilogram of pork uses close to 6,000 liters of water.
Wow, that's more than a car,
That's
than
incredible. So to
almost
get
anything.
that little pig from a 50-kilogram pig to a 51-kilogram pig, as it grows and you give it food, you also need to give it 6,000 liters of water. So through the life of a pig, which might live, what, 6 months, a year and a half before we, kill it to eat the meat, it's consuming thousands and thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of liters of water. How much water does a piece of lettuce or a tomato need to grow?
Probably not 6,000 liters, yeah. So swapping out the meat for the vegetables is actually better for the world in the long run.
Interesting. All right, so there you go. Consume less meat, good for you, good for the animals, good for the planet, and good for our water supply. Let's take a break, and then we'll be back with more.
另一种省水方式是用鱼桶，也就是拿桶子来收集雨水。虽然这水不能拿来喝，但是总可以用来浇花、清洁阳台啊、洗窗户、洗交通工具等等吧。好，那这边有2个单字 ，barrel。barrel 就是桶子，一个大桶，也可以表达一个桶的量。那么装酒的木桶啊，它中间可能会用这种类似金属环、铁箍之类的东西，把它一片一片的木片箍起来。好 ，Kim 老师在讲那个金属环的时候，他用到 strap 这个字 ，strap。strap 当名词可以表达束带、皮带、带子、金属带的那种语义。那么当动词也可以表达系住、把它捆起来、扎起来的那种意思。好，下一个单字 vehicle。vehicle 它表示交通工具或是车辆。那么课文接着就提到一个蛮令人意外的省水方式哦，那就是少吃点肉。因为养鸡、养牛、养猪都需要大量的水，那像光是生产1公斤的猪肉就要用掉将近6000公升的水耶。所以如果可以的话，大家一起少吃一点肉，偶尔把肉啊换成豆类或是其他蔬菜，或许可以帮忙省下不少水量哦。文中用到单字 consume。consume 它有消耗、消费的意思，那么在这边它是指吃啊、喝，就是摄取的那种语义。那么 Kim 老师刚刚用到 swap 这个字来表达交换，这个字是拼作 swap， 那它可以表达交换啊，或是用什么来替换的意思。接华课文中
Conserving water through new technology and lifestyle changes.
It goes without saying that water is essential to our everyday lives. Whether it's with new technology or by making simple lifestyle changes, everyone should make sure we always have enough water. That way, water shortages like the most recent one can be avoided.
All right, and we're back. We've learned a couple of ways to save or conserve water.
Yeah.
And let's move on to the next part. It goes without saying that water is essential or very necessary to our everyday lives.
Of course.
Whether it's with new technology or by making simple lifestyle changes, everyone should make sure we always have enough water.
Absolutely. We will be in big trouble without it. That way, it says, water shortages like the most recent one can be avoided. Well, at least that's the hope for the future, because yes, as anyone who's lived in central Taiwan or dealt with a water shortage at any time knows, it's not fun if you can't use water for a day or two at home. So imagine if this became normal and we had to do this all the time. That is not something any of us would like. So what do you think, guys? Here's our question. What do you currently do to conserve water, and what could you do to conserve more water?
Well, I was joking about my hour-long showers.
Okay.
I actually do take shorter showers,
Yeah,
especially in the winter when you're not getting so sweaty and you don't smell so bad.
Well, that's a good point.
You can afford to maybe skip a shower a day, or you can take a shorter shower in the winter. And also try not to buy bottled water is another thing that I do. Bottled water, not really good for the planet either.
That's true. If you get one of those water filters at home, you can clean the tap water in your house and do that. I just try to be aware of it. You know, if I'm brushing my teeth, I turn off the water. If I'm in the kitchen washing things, I don't let the water run. Always turn it off. Use it as little as possible. Short showers, all of that stuff too. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Conserve water as much as you can, because we need it, especially here In Taiwan,
Yes.
small island, lots of people. We all need to do our bit to save the water so we have more tomorrow and into the future. All right, guys, take care. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take care of the planet. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
好，课文接着写到，不言可喻，水是我们日常生活中不可或缺的。那不管是用新科技，或是透过简单的生活形态改变，每个人都应该要确保我们永远都有足够的水，这样才能避免再次遇到像近期这么严重的缺水事件。我们最后来看2个重点，第一个是句型。It goes without saying that 怎么样怎么样，它是表达说什么什么是不言可喻的，不用说的。那么其中这个虚主词 it 就是用来代替后面的 that 子句，像这样的句型就是要表达说 that 子句所描述的内容是毋庸置疑的，相当明显的，不需要多做说明的。例如 It goes without saying that exercising regularly is good for your body。不用说，规律运动对你的身体有益，这是大家都知道的事。好，那么第2个重点是 whether or 这是表达不管是怎么样还是怎么样。那这时候 whether 在这边是引导让步副词子句，我们用 whether A or B 来表达不管是 A 还是 B 都怎么样怎么样。例如 whether it's cold or hot outside, they always enjoy a walk in the park。不管外面天气是冷还是热，他们总是喜欢在公园散步。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Conserving water through new technology and lifestyle changes.
From easy everyday things to larger lifestyle changes, there are plenty of ways each of us can help conserve water. One of the easiest options for saving water is to take shorter showers. It may not seem like a lot, but if you were to collect all the water you use for a 5-minute-long shower, you'd end up with around 50 liters, enough to fill the gas tank of a car. Another way to save water is to use a rain barrel. Instead of letting rain run into the sewer, you can collect and use it for activities like gardening and cleaning your balcony, windows, or your vehicle. Finally, a surprising way you can save water is consuming less meat. That's because raising chickens, cows, and pigs for meat requires a large amount of water. In fact, producing only 1 kilogram of pork uses close to 6,000 liters of water. It goes without saying that water is essential to our everyday lives. Whether it's with new technology or by making simple lifestyle changes, everyone should make sure we always have enough water. That way, water shortages like the most recent one can be avoided.
Hello, I'm Stephen Rong. Did you know that Hualien is very well known for its baozis? Well, this shop here, Gongzhen Baozi Shop, has been here for over 40 years. They make everything fresh and handmade in the shop, and the lines are always extremely long, filled with both tourists and locals. It's because I heard the baozis are simply irresistible. Well, as a tourist myself, I really gotta try one of those baozis. Let's go grab a bite. Gongzhen Baozi Shop recommends that you order their signature dishes, Xiao Long Bao and steamed dumplings. If you want to try a soup, you should order sour spicy soup, also known as hot and sour soup. And if you want to quench your thirst, you have to order the soy bean milk. I want to order everything. I'm super hungry. The food is here. I'm ready to dig in. Let's start with the steamed dumplings. The skin is very thin, but yet also very chewy. And the flavor inside of the stuffing is so good. They also give you a sauce. Here, it's a signature sauce called the garlic soy sauce. Let's try that. Wow, it really adds a lot of flavor. And a lot of garlic flavor as well. Also very tasty. The other signature is the Xiao Long Bao. The Xiao Long Bao here looks very different from other Xiao Long Baos I'm accustomed to. The skin here seems a lot thicker, but let's open it and see. Wow, the skin is definitely a lot thicker. Let's take a taste. Even though the skin is thicker, it's also very fluffy and sweet. Very tasty. And the filling is also very flavorful. I think I like these Xiao Long Bao a lot more than usual Xiao Long Baos. Now, let's try the sour spicy soup. Oh, that's really good. It's sour, spicy, and also very tasty. You can really taste the broth. And, as you can see, it's very thick. It has a lot of vegetables, like tofu and celery. I like that. Now, last but not least, let's try the soy bean milk. That tastes really fresh and very healthy. Not too sweet, but sweet enough. Everything here is a must-eat. Next time you're in Hualien, make sure you visit Conserve Baozi shop. It's inexpensive and it's just super tasty. You won't regret it. I'm gonna keep eating because I really like it.
See you next time!